Rewrite your reality for abundance. Do you want to end your financial struggle? To change your stories? Are you trapped by your finances? This is a show about how you can go beyond affirmations to rewrite your reality. We will be exploring what it means to have financial freedom and why your abundance is important for us all. You will hear all we've learned from experts in psychology, philosophy, spirituality, and so much more. You'll receive a citrine crystal sound bowl healing for your abundance. We also want to hear your struggles. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Everyone has the potential to create a better life for themselves with the right tools. Join Kitoto Sunshine Love. Become a miracle maker. Connect with Dr. Sarah Larsen. Feel the healing sound vibrations. Vibrate with the warmth in the field. You may listen once or re-listen every day. And you can call in anytime during the show. We are here for your success, joy, and for the difference you are here to make. Sign up for the newsletter now. Beyond financial freedom, abundance, having enough savings, financial investments, and cash on hand to afford the kind of life you desire. Beyond finances for yourself and your family. We support you with vibration and frequency medicine for your abundance. This is so beyond growing savings that enable you to retire or pursue the career you want without being driven by earning a set salary every year. Rewrite your reality for abundance. Rewrite your reality for abundance. Welcome. I'm so excited for you to rewrite your abundance, your prosperity, and your possibilities. It's Dr. Sarah Larsen in studio, UBN Go studio here in Burbank, California. Today, we've got such an exciting show for you. We have rewritten our own realities. We have been able to retire from what we don't enjoy and bring forward our heart and our whole being in service to you, in service to what we want to create, in service to the greatest good. In studio with me is Kitoto Sunshine Love. Welcome, love.
Hi, thank you. It's so great to be here. I am so excited about today's show. I can't wait for you guys to experience what we have for you.
The experience that we have for you is so profound. Today, you're going to hear stories of, lack and struggle, and also how the shift happened to go from lack and struggle to prosperity, abundance, possibility. It's always present in your life. Prosperity, abundance, all of this is simply 4 steps we're going to teach you on that, where you're going to hear vibration, sound, frequency. We brought in studio for you the greatest tools, the quickest way for you to shift. You simply have to intend it. You simply have to want it. You simply have to let go of everything that isn't that vibration, that frequency. In other words, when you're dialing a cell phone, right? You can't dial all the numbers to reach that phone. Today, we're going to dial you in to your own abundance, your prosperity and possibility. This show, I am so excited. Kitoto Sunshine Love, you suggested this show. Why was it so important for you to bring this one forward?
Well, I wanted to know how I could create frequency music. I heard so many people do it, and it's so popular and it works really well. Is this thing on? It works really well. And so, frequency music, I wanted to record it. And I looked up crystal healing, crystal singing bowls, professional ones. And to my surprise, they had gemstone crystal healing bowls. So that's a set of your average crystal healing bowl set. These are actually gemstones. So when I called Dr. Sarah Larsen, I told her, I said, oh my God, I'm going to do a citrine prosperity sound bath. Let me know if you have any clients who are interested. And she said, I'll do one further than that. We'll bring it on the show. Bring in your bowls. So I have an aquamarine bowl in 528 hertz. And I have a citrine prosperity singing bowl right here. And I'm so excited about this one because when you play it, it reverberates through the whole room and you can feel it working through your body. And so a full hour of this with a mini session afterwards and before and after with me to see kind of the beginning of where you're at and where you want to be at the end. Is really something I suggest because you can't go wrong with the singing bowls. You just can't. They make you feel so, so good and they sound amazing. And especially at 528 hertz, that's love or above on the Schumann frequency.
Schumann frequency, right? When we bring in the frequency, it's amazing. 528 is where the color spectrum and the sound spectrum connect. It's extraordinary that you can. There's so much science and research in Harvard, all of the mind body clinics have now found the importance of sound and the importance of frequency, and you can shift so quickly, just like hearing an opera singer, right? An opera singer is able to shatter a glass. All you have to do here today with us is you can call in and have our input on whatever it is that's next for you in your abundance, your prosperity, and in your creating possibility. Or you can listen to this, tune into this show over and over and over again so that you're able to bring in the next layer of sound, vibration, frequency to receive it. The reason that I wanted to do this show today is I lost my brother-in-law. I also lost my brother. And many years ago, I lost my brother. Recently, I lost my brother-in-law. And that there was an aspect of them being concerned about abundance, about money, prosperity, and they hadn't broken the code within themselves to really understand how to utilize energy, resources, currency to create the life of their dreams. My younger brother struggled his whole life with feeling love and worthiness and understanding abundance. And even though we talked about 1+1, right, that there is this understanding of the universe. There are theories that call it zero sum, right? Zero sum. If someone gets something, then there's less for you. That's considered the zero sum universe. And the Greeks and all philosophers and all spirituality does not have a zero sum universe. Doesn't mean if I give you something that I will have less of it. Greek philosophy, which we'll get into a little bit right before we activate more of the 528 hertz and the heart chakra sound bowls that I brought in, we want for you to be able to understand how the universe truly works. 1+1, right? Two humans coming together may create a third human. That third human can go on and create so many. One seed sprouted in the earth can create an orchard of itself. There is no zero sum. And somehow in fear and lack, my brother-in-law
believed in their core that there was struggle and um this they had to leave in order to create more for everyone else. My brother-in-law had COVID. He died of COVID lung disease on and it's so difficult to really even share about it still. I'm so grateful that we'll be able to unite and connect as a family and go back and celebrate all of the gifts, all of the things that he gave. And so, in his honor, is today's show for me, for you to receive your abundance, prosperity, possibility, your birthright, the abundance that flows through you. You might have struggled for money, but money is not it's resourcefulness that gets you anything. Those four things, we'll talk about that. Is there anything you want to share, Kitoto, before we dive into creating the sounds and taking the calls?
Yes, actually, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to clear the space with this aquamarine singing bowl, crystal healing singing bowl, which is 528 hertz. And I'm just going to move it a little bit closer to me. And I'm going to play it 3 times. And I want you to close your eyes, excuse me, and I want you to really let it in. Let it into your heart chakra. Let it into your heart space. And if you cry, that's okay. It's doing its job. We're clearing the past and we're letting in the new. The energy has shifted. Can you feel that? Let that in. Whoever you were in the past or before you turned on this program is not who you are in this moment. This bowl just shifted your energy. These crystals have a consciousness and they know exactly what to do. Thank you. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to cleanse you, your aura, your chakras, your emotions. Let it in. There has been a profound shift. And you can receive that and you can take that home with you. And we'd love for you to play this again and watch it again so you can hear this one more time.
The hearing of the aquamarine crystal bowl, right? What's aquamarine? What's crystals? Crystals hold the frequency. They are measurable in weight, just like the elements, right? The elements and the periodic table hold consistently the atoms in place, the particles, all of it, the electrons, every aspect shows up, and all of the atoms, all of the elements in the periodic table go together to make every solid physical matter from the invisible. Well, sound, right? We now have cameras and lenses, and you can experience sound. You can measure a crystal, and a crystal holds the frequency. And when set to tone with intention, that frequency winds up carrying with it an opening, a possibility for you. And aquamarine, right, like water, aqua, right, marine, clears your throat as well as clears the emotions. And so that I am, that frequency that you're carrying and that you're holding, becomes available. The whatever you are becomes available, cleansed for letting go of all that no longer served, sort of like the high tide washes away, erodes anything that isn't necessary. And now we will fill it with this tuning fork, the 528 hertz. That also was 528 hertz. This tuning fork, the way to fully receive this is to really listen with your inner ears. We found when we look at your DNA, oh my gosh, on chromosome 8, you could make vitamin C once upon a time. There's residuals of that. And some humans still can make their own, very few and far between. Well, you've got the same ears, the residuals of the hearing that dolphins have. And so listening with your inner ear, listening deeply, you will hear and feel possibly something crack, something open. And if there's a desire to yawn or a passing of air, burping or flatulence, right? That's movement. That's a shift in your body. That's the air being pushed out. That's your vagal nerve, your vagus nerve being affected. So take in a deep breath. And when you let it out, listen with your inner ear to this tuning fork. If there are images that come in for you as your heart is being tuned, allow yourself to feel it in the now Zoom that you're in, right? We're all in this together, the extraordinary things we get to share. Your heart is completely open when you know that there's someone around you that cares. And your body knows that you care for it when you're listening very deeply for what around you can transform it. And so I'm so excited to take callers. And again, we've got 2 more sound bowls and 2 more treatments that you'll be able to jump into for your abundance, for your prosperity, for your possibilities. And we did the work. About over 10 years ago, I was 9 months behind in rent. I already had 2 kids, and I'd learned how to give graciously. But I was not yet in my feminine, learning how to receive or learning how to be witnessed. And so Source and grace and love and its infinite wisdom took away all of the ways that I received abundantly and gathered and gave me the opportunity to really learn what true abundance was, what true prosperity is, and what true possibilities are. It's a long story that I've shared on many of the previous shows. My husband and I had property in that was affected by Hurricane Katrina. Our resources, the 2008 crash happened, and all of a sudden, and both of us were great givers, writing checks and in service, but both of us had never asked for help financially or knew how to receive. And so, oh my gosh, beautifully, now fast forward many years ahead, we're able to help so many people with true prosperity, with true abundance, with true possibility. Wherever you might be on the financial scale, just know that we probably have been there with you. And now we're on the other side. So we welcome you, caller. Welcome, caller. We're so excited to hear what you want to share at this moment.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Yay.
I'm just here, and I'm open to receive prosperity and abundance. I mean, I'm just here open to anything that comes up.
Awesome. What's your name?
Erica.
Hi, Erica. You've got such an innocence in your field, and what's so beautiful in your field, but there is energy talking about you've got to let yourself be seen. And it's an amazing thing because before, the way that you allowed yourself to be seen had to do with sort of you know how male peacocks are beautiful and they spread their wings and they attract the female peacock, or there's something in that field about there is you wanting to be seen, not trying so hard, letting it go. You're already carrying everything that allows for your abundance, your prosperity, for the shift to happen. It's now about noticing the peacocks and about choosing the partnerships and the relationships.
Okay.
Does that make
yes,
sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
That makes
yes.
sense. Kitoto, anything that you're getting, love?
Yes, I get that you're very shy. And I think that that can be a beautiful thing. And I can see you totally doing a prosperity bath and having prosperity mantras and rewriting your history with money and making it private, making it about just you and the universe, and kind of not sharing that with anybody. But then as you sort of do that, things will just start to happen in your life. Like people will start to come into your life and you'll be a little less shy, a little less wary about letting them in. Situations like you'll be invited to places, you'll be wanting to go to these places, but it's going to start with you taking these steps in rewriting your history of prosperity. And when you can actually see it on paper for yourself, how very, very different it is from what you thought it was, but how it's not that different. It was literally just a 1 degree shift, you know? And when you start to see that 1 degree shift happen, you might hear something and say, nope, I don't want to go to that party. But then maybe 6 months later, after you've been doing this on a consistent basis, you might say, I actually want to go to that party. And you might mean it. And you might have an excellent time. So I'm seeing it being gradual because I see that you're very shy. And I think that's a good thing. Because there's a lot of great things about being shy. It gives you a lot of time to yourself to learn who you are and learn what you want. And it keeps you, away from the wrong crowds at the wrong time. Even though in 6 months at a higher vibration, that could be the right crowd, right?
Yeah,
Each moment contributes to your vibration. So are you willing to try something like that? Are you willing to try to rewrite your abundant history and kind of see it on paper as something different than what you thought it was?
Absolutely, yes. And thank you for the sound, what is it called? Sound bath?
Yes.
Yes. They're beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, my phone number is underneath my name there. If you're interested in a session with me, please give me a call. And if not, we can always talk for 10 minutes and I can set you in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's so beautiful because there's a part of me that wants to keep these sounds going throughout As you were sharing, your heart is so open, and it's so great for you to take time to start documenting all of the shifts. Everything Kitoto said is beautiful. You're bringing in partnerships and relationships, and I'm so excited for us to thank you for sharing. Sound
Thank
shifts
you.
so deeply, and allow yourself to hear this, and allow yourself to listen to your own voice. And I think that's one of the things that's opening up most, your partnerships and you calling in what you want most. Yay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that you called, and not only do you have that innocence, like Dr. Larsen said, and you are shy, but you are willing, and that's such a great
Yes,
thing.
I am.
So I just wanted to, if it's okay with Dr. Larsen, yeah, I feel like you want to do the same thing.
Go.
I just want to give you a little sample here, okay? Do me a favor and close your eyes.
Thank you.
Okay. This is the citrine prosperity healing bath. And it just kind of gets in there. I'm going to do it one more time. And it cleanses everything away. Isn't that great? Very long lasting too. So in a session I would play it over by your ears, by your head, by your feet, and you would just reverberate. It's just amazing. And even on the other side of the room I could sit and just be playing it, and it would go all through your DNA and all through your body. It's really powerful.
There is research by Dr. I want to say Hortovitz, and this incredible research shares that it transforms and heals your DNA, the 528 hertz, the sound, the vibration. And this is for you and for everyone. Every single heart on the planet is connected in the energy field. And so as you're listening to this and feeling this vibration, go ahead and allow yourself to really connect with what it is that your heart desires next, what it is that you're calling in. And as you're feeling and experiencing what you're calling in, know that and offer that to every other human or every being on the planet. The first step in truly being able to be abundant is to truly know what it is that gets your heart to sing. The word desire, when we break that up, it means without song. When you've got an understanding, when you've got it in your hands, right? Whatever it is that you want, whatever it is you crave, whatever it is that is yours by divine right, you've got it. And so you're able to give that away. So once, step one, get clear on what you want. Step two, imagine giving it to the whole world, whatever it is. The universe, the image of that, knows that you have it in order to give it away. It's that third step, visualizing the world with it, gives it to you. And fourth is simply being open to receiving it. The way that you imagine it may be different from the way it actually shows up. Years ago, when I was in love with being of service as a doctor, I had a dream of a husband and a family, and I'd forgotten about that dream. And I would say I was so broken and afraid of love that I'd given up on the idea of there could be someone for me. And I went into service. My heart was open. And all of a sudden, this beautiful man named Greg Larsen showed up. And he looked nothing like what I would imagine someone might be the father of my kids. But by the time he proposed to my dad, by the time he asked for my hand in marriage, he showed up exactly the way I had written him out in my manifesting desires years earlier, so many years before. It was so beautiful. After we got married, I was cleaning out my parents' home, and I found these note cards that I'd written about my beloved, asking him to wait for me, exactly what he looked like. And what's beautiful in that 1, 2, 3, 4 step formula, every time I met someone and I thought they were wonderful and I wasn't open to that relationship right at that time, I kept setting them up with other people, giving them away, so to speak. The abundance of that, whatever it is you want, crave, in your mind's eye, see others with it, give it away. And when it shows up for you, have that still sound in your heart, able to say, spend a little more time here. Be with this one for a little bit longer. Be in this experience. And before you know it, he might turn out to be your Greg Larsen that proposes to your dad, right? An abundance of love in the world, an abundance of there's no scarcity. The more love you have, the more imagining of goodness to the rest of the world, the more it winds up in the field, the more you're able to receive it when it shows up for you. And so, Kitoto, are we ready for our next caller?
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grace. We're ready to take in our next.
Thank you, Erica. Please
Thank
call
you
back
so
again.
much. So much love. Yay. So what I'm holding here is the F sharp quartz crystal. It's got malachite, it's got jade, it's got all of the stones, gems, elementals in it to help open your heart. Your heart must be open in order to allow healing in. You must be relaxed and in your body to truly receive on purpose the beautiful citrine, the beautiful aquamarine, the beautiful intentions that are here for you, and to really step into everything's created, right? Multiple ways spiritually. When you think about something, what you want, then there's mental and emotional energy. Then it shows up in the physical for you. And so this building that we're sitting in, as long as the mental energy and the emotional energy and the spiritual energy is used in service, this building stands. So beautiful. So let's go ahead and take caller. Welcome, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
Hi. Who are we speaking with?
Dr. Sarah?
Yes.
Mhm.
Hi, this is Lori. Hi, Kitoto.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I wanted to call to express condolences to Greg and you and your family and his family for the loss of his brother. I didn't know that Greg had lost his brother until receiving your notification for the meeting today. And, having lost my brother Danny, I guess, my heart really goes out to the loss of Greg's brother, because I don't know, it's like I really love my brother Danny, and it's just love is such a magical, mysterious thing, and it's just forever, whether one is in the body or the time has come to accept that they're on the other side. And I also wanted to share that my colleague did really well at the Colleague Club of America National, and I had a wonderful time in Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Socially, I was very, very comfortable, probably more comfortable socially than I remember being in a group context that allowed me to really be supportive in grooming collies for the fantasy tribe, and realizing my intention was that I would have a good time, enjoy myself, that Truman would do well, and that I would be my best self supported. And I felt like I realized all those intentions. Truman showed masterfully, and I told my handler that his showing up the way he did was a much higher joy for me than his national placement. Just watching him, truly look wonderful. I didn't have any kids in this lifetime, and I really felt like, when I have these kind of experiences, I feel like I experience what it's like to be a parent, because the pride and joy and just watching my handler get everything she wanted from him and more, just was such a high. And so I don't even know why I'm so emotional right now, because I'm reporting a very beautiful experience that I manifested for myself. I gave myself the gift of a week in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and traveling and surrendering to the unknown. And, it was really a beautiful experience, and one that I had prepared for. And I don't know if it's sadness because I'm thinking of my brother Danny maybe right now. And, he was really...
Lori, I've got an answer
I felt
for you.
so close to him, you know what I mean?
And he's wanting to come through so beautifully. You're finally rewiring your brain and rewiring your body. Every time you cry or laugh, and you laughed so much, you were in such joy. You rewired your body and you rewired your brain, and he's able to experience life with you. You felt him, like there were a couple of times Truman came in, the goosebumps. This is what those on the field are sharing with you. You're finally doing it. What he couldn't do, you're able to do. And it's so beautiful to feel emotional. This is for everyone out there, everyone listening. Oh my gosh, we get to feel. And the depth of tears, the depth of pain also allows for the amplitude, the highest level of your nervous system, creating emotions that allow for joy and peace. And so your heart feeling deeply allows you to boost your immune system to this emotions. Oh my gosh, we you can feel the whole of the field, because you're able to feel what you're feeling and not necessarily label it negatively. I want to say all of that another way, because it's so important, right? If you were driving a car and the car was heated, you would not get out of the car and kick the car and yell at the car, or if it ran out of fuel, or if you go, oh, it needs more coolant, or it needs more gas. Mm-hmm. And we learn to label our emotions as positive or negative rather than indicators. And so tears, and I've felt them, that tears are, wow, you're rewiring yourself to receive more. You're washing out, right, so to speak, the old brain. Your eyes are literally connected to your brain. They're literally, you're connected, and when you're washing them out with tears, new connections can be made. Same thing with laughter. Your gut, right? Your second intelligence, that shaking, those belly laughs, new guidance comes in. And so congratulations for the collie, and thank you for feeling for Jeff, and feeling for my brother that transitioned, Omar, and for feeling for Danny.
Yeah.
Danny loves you so, so much. And he sees, it's kind of like you're making pictures in art. Now you're framing things in art. And he's with you as you're doing that. Does that make sense for you?
Well, I don't know if this applies, but I did receive his placement show photo and sent a copy to my mom and put a copy in his file today. I guess, it's nice to think in terms of, because part of what you're reminding me of is, when I heard that Jeff's brother had COVID, I had the thought that maybe you guys would experience the loss of Jeff as part of your journey. And it's kind of like, I feel like my brother, there's nothing he would want more for me than that I live. There's a quote, the hardest thing in the world is to live in it. Be brave, live.
That
and I
would
think,
be Buffy Summer.
It makes me feel like my brother does celebrate whenever I'm living, and I feel like this collie journey of joy is exactly that. It's living my life, doing what I love, loving what I do, and being aligned with where I'm supposed to be, my passion. And so it's nice to know that our beloved on the other side are still part of us, still part of our journey, still our greatest cheerleaders, and that they've really not gone anywhere, other than leaving the body. You know what I mean?
They haven't gone anywhere. They haven't gone. They're right there with us. And the sound vibrations, we can feel them and tune them in. Same thing with anyone that's left us in relationship. The feelings, the relationship we generated within ourselves. It's so beautiful and so important. And I love, Kitoto, would you give Lori some of the citrine healing?
Yes, I will. I wanted to mention to you that, so one of the reasons why you may be a little bit emotional, you mentioned that you weren't sure why you were emotional. We just did a clearing on you.
Yeah.
We did a clearing with the Aquamarine 528 Hertz Crystal Healing Bowl. So that brings up all sorts of emotions to clear, to build them up and get them out. So next, we're going to help you. I want you to visualize and imagine the life that you really want to live in terms of prosperity and abundance and happiness and success. Okay?
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you.
Okay, here you
Thank
go.
you, Dr. Larsen.
And one more time.
That is really beautiful. And on that note, I'm going to let the two of you go in the spirit of love and joy and abundance. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yay. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. We often
Thank
talk
you.
about the 3 graces in Miracle Makers Academy. Within the 3 graces, one grace gives, and there's no attachment. Just like anyone listening to that could listen and give, right? No attachment to what's received on the other end. You're just giving. That's the first grace. The second grace is receiving, and you're able to receive, and there's no attachment, only joy for receiving. And then the third grace, witnessing. And it's so beautiful. In Greek mythology, they have names, Glia, Euphorius, and Thalia. And the one is brightness, right? Brightness lets you be able to see it. Then there is one that is just joyous, and joy, that's right. However you might receive joy. And then there's blossoming. You have to have it to blossom. In my previous story that I shared about being 9 months behind in rent, I had abundance and prosperity and possibility, but I had it passed down from my parents, or passed down. I didn't have it. I didn't have the source connected to myself. And then I did the work, and now we're able to pass that forward, the grace of, wow, giving it. When you listen to Deepak Chopra's meditations on abundance, his family, Brahmin, that elite class of priests with wealth, they had it for generations passed down. It's, you receive on all of those levels. In some area of your life, you're already abundant, right, Kitoto? Mm-hmm. You're so abundant, and it's so easy for you to give. And in some areas, you really are and must open yourself up to receive. For a lot of women, this is the key, is stepping into being able to receive. That's truly feminine compliments and asking for help and being open to receive that. And then there's the witness. And when you're listening to these sound bowls or receiving an incredible session, you're really at that level. I think we've got just about 3 more minutes, and we've got callers that are on the line as well. Callers, if you join us, you just have to text this number 424-903-6633, and you'll be invited tonight to a call at 6 p.m. Pacific time for us to continue this conversation today, 6 p.m. Send a text to that number. We'll send you a Zoom link. You come in and you join us for more of this. And I'd love for Kitoto, darling, for you to create this beautiful offering with your throat, your voice, and with sounds. And everyone, repeated listening of this. When Lori was receiving for her, imagine, right? You imagine for yourself as Kitoto is setting and creating this bath for you. I'm going to be adding in more of the heart chakra and the 528 hertz as well. Go ahead and set us up, and we'll close out on that.
Okay.
And then we'll have just the end credits showing up. We're so grateful to be in UB & Go Studios. Grace on the board with us here. And Kitoto, I'd love for you to take it.
Thank you. I've got 80s music on the brain, so if you recognize any songs, that's where it's coming from. Let this bathe over you, over every chakra, over every inch of your DNA. Really set the intention that you're going to receive this prosperous sound bath, that you're going to receive this clearing of the aquamarine 528 hertz singing bowl, and that you're going to receive the prosperity that comes from using citrine. It has a consciousness. Ask it for what it is you want.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you.
For your beauty, your purity, for your love, for all that you are. And we will see you next week, if not tonight. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye.